What's up guys, Brandon Johnson here again, and thanks for joining me. Today we're looking at one of my all-time favorite Norman Blake tunes, Randall Collins. Now if you listen to this song, there's a couple different versions of it. There's the album version, where he's playing it in what sounds like a drop tuning, and then there's a version on YouTube, a live version, with Norman and Nancy Blake, and they're playing it out of capo 3, out of the E minor chord position. So that's the one we're going to be learning today, is the capo 3 version. This song has a melody, a melodic section, and then it has the lyrics, which are played after the melodic section, and then they rotate, they trade off between solos and lyrics. And the chord progression is the same all the way through. So I hope you enjoy this one. Let's check it out. Let's check out Randall Collins. So you'll notice when you listen to Randall Collins, there's a couple different versions of it. And in one of the Norman Blake versions, actually the version off the album, he's playing in a drop tuning. But we're actually going to play this song in standard tuning. And we're going to play this out of capo 3. So I have the capo on the 3rd fret. And you'll notice right at the beginning of this song, he's really just kind of vamping and riffing off of this E minor chord shape. So he's kind of going... kind of doing a little bit of a hammer on. He's kind of hammering on with the entire E minor chord, and then just adding in a little bit of cross-picking elements in there. Okay, and after he does that for 2 measures, or 2 bars, or you could do it for 1 bar if you wanted to, we're going to get right into measure number 1. And this is kind of where the melody of this song starts. So we're going to start all the way up here on the 4th fret G string. And we're going to do a downstroke and then an upstroke on the open B. Now I like to start this with my ring finger here, although you could play with your index finger the whole way down, but I actually find this easier to do it with your ring finger. So it's a down up, and then with our index finger we're going to go to the 2nd fret G to an upstroke again. Then we're going to go open on a downstroke. And you can see it's kind of a walk down there. Okay, and then we're going to do an upstroke on the open D to a hammer on the 2nd fret D. Like that. I do that with my index finger. You'll notice there's 2 upstrokes there. So there's an upstroke on that open D to hammer on to 2. And then there's another upstroke on that open B. And then we're going to land on a downstroke on the open D. Then you'll see there's another hammer on there. This time we're hammering on the A string on an upstroke again. So there's a lot of kind of weird upstroke hammer-ons going on here, which really gives Norman Blake his kind of signature picking sound. So we're going to play an upstroke on that open A, and then we're going to hammer on the 2nd fret A. And then we're going to do a downstroke on the 3rd fret low E. And that's going to kind of put us into our G position here. Okay, let's play measure number 1, start to finish. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that brings us into measure number 2. So looking at measure number 2, we're starting on a hammer-on again, on that open A to 2nd fret A, except this time we're going to do this hammer-on a downstroke. Okay, then you'll see that open D on another downstroke. And the reason we do those 2 downstrokes in a row is because we're going to kind of do a little bit of cross-picking here and kind of cross-pick this chord out. Okay, and then an open B there. And you'll see a little bit of a pause, and then we're going to go to the open A on a downstroke, and we're going to cross-pick a D chord. And those D notes in there, those open Ds, you'll see a downstroke on an open D, and those could easily be Gs as well. So you could easily play, the 2nd fret G right there, in which case it would sound like this. You could do something like that too. This is just one idea of how you could cross-pick a D chord. Okay, let's look at measure number 2 now, start to finish. We're going to start on this hammer-on the open A to 2nd fret A on a downstroke. And I do like to play this with my index finger so that we kind of stay in this G chord position. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's check out measures 1 and 2 now, start to finish. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that brings us into measure number 3. Okay, looking at measure number 3 now, we're playing over a G chord and an A chord. So this first half of this measure is over a G chord, and you'll see there's a ton of open strings there. So we're going to start on a downstroke with a hammer-on the open A, and then we're going to play those open strings there. So we're going to go open A, hammer-on, and then we're going to do actually 2 open Gs right there. Right there on the A, you're going to see a downstroke on the 2nd fret A to open A. Okay, and after that open A, that dotted open A, you're going to see an open E. And this is where we get into our E minor chord shape. And basically all we're doing there is we're playing 4 notes out of the E minor chord shape, which is going to lead us into our C. Okay, let's play measure number 3 now, start to finish. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that leads us into measure number 4. So when we look at measure number 4, we're basically playing a C chord, a D chord, And then kind of similar to what we did at the end of measure number 3, we're going to kind of cross-pick on an E minor chord here at the end. Okay, so you'll see that first C chord shape on a downstroke, and then another C on an upstroke. Okay, so those are eighth notes. And then you'll see a D chord there on a downstroke. So the first two C chords are eighth notes. And then the second two chords, which are the D chords, are 16th notes. So those are going to be quicker. Okay, so the two together sound like this. So you have the two C chords on eighth notes, and then the two D chords on 16th notes. And those are going to be alternating. So it's going to be down, up, and then down, up. Okay, and after we play those two chords, we're going to get into an E minor here. Except instead of strumming this one, we're going to do some alternating cross-picking here. So we're going to start on that low E, and then we're going to go to the second fret, D, and then second fret, A. So you're just holding on to that E chord shape, and we're just doing a little bit of cross-picking here. Okay, let's check out measures 3 and 4 now, start to finish. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. Okay, let's check out the entire first part. So that's measures 1 through 4, all the way through. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four.